Hi everybody, welcome to Khong Driving. And today is a hot and sultry afternoon, and we are with the Mazda CX-3 2.0 Plus. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our usual fuel consumption run, because I'm sure our viewers want to know what this car can do. So stay with us. Alright guys, we are as usual starting from our favorite VH petrol station. Yeah, this is my second favorite VH petrol station. The first one is in Gombak, this one is near my house in Bandar Utama. We have reset the meter to 0 and our odometer is also set to 0, and we are going to go through, where is my speaker? Okay, we're going to go through the touch and go lane, and of course, as usual, there'll be somebody who is stuck. Okay, so this will be detrimental to the fuel consumption, but never mind, it's all part of the experience. We have the aircon on speed number 2, and the temperature is about 21, 22. Okay, so as usual, we're going to take our route to Kuala Selangor. So we're on the way there to go and stock up on some fish, and at the same time do a fuel consumption on our normal fuel consumption route that takes us on the NKVE, and we exit at Rawang, and then we will take the highway to Kuala Selangor, and that should cover about 30 to 40 kilometers. Okay, done. We are safely past the toll, and we will just blend into the traffic, and as usual we will use what you call a light throttle and gentle acceleration to have the same type of conditions we have for all our fuel economy tests. So the time now is 2:44, and we've gone about 1 kilometer, and we are showing 7.1 kilometers per liter. Yes, because of the stoppage in the toll, and of course accelerating from 0, so this part will take a bit of fuel, and we are now in normal mode. There's only normal and sport, and we have a 6-speed automatic transmission, front wheel drive, and a Sky Active gearbox, a Sky Active engine which has a compression ratio of 13:1, and we have a car, or rather a SUV, that is the CX-3, and it is about 1,296 kilograms in weight, so just under 1.3 tons. And this is the Mazda CX-3 Plus spec. There is one more spec that is higher, it's called a high spec, and that one has everything this one has, except it's got additional sunroof and 18-inch wheels, whereas this one has 16-inch wheels, I think. So the build is based on a Mazda 2 platform. That's why we have a manual aircon and the screen that is like the Mazda 2, steering wheel and controls, and the dashboard that is similar to the Mazda 2. Of course, the front looks slightly different from the Mazda 2 because it is higher, so it's like a Mazda 2 that is been made into a hatch, a Mazda 2 hatch, but not exactly the same, but built like an SUV with higher suspension. And so we have taken it up Genting, so do watch our video and see how well it actually behaves. Yeah, so the way Mazda builds the cars is to give you that Jinba Ittai feel, the feel of horse and rider as one. So same as car and driver as one entity. So it integrates the two of you, the driver and the car, and gives you that feeling of Jinba Ittai, and that is why so many people like Mazda cars and stick to them. So they just keep on buying one Mazda after another. And of course, this is a entry-level SUV, and this costs 126,000 something. Yeah. So now we want to check the fuel consumption of this car. Now, remembering that this is the 2-liter, it's 154 horsepower, and also has 206 Newton meters of torque. Yeah. So this is basically the same engine that is in the Mazda CX-5, but I think there's a little bit of difference in the tuning and the horsepower, maybe because of the plumbing. Yeah. Because this is a smaller body, so maybe some of the bends they cannot bend so well, and then you put the car on the dyno and you get this type of horsepower. But the SkyActiv engine is actually known for its good fuel economy. So all those Mazda lovers who've been driving the Mazda 2s, Mazda 3s, the CX-5, CX-8, CX-9, you will know that the Mazdas are actually quite economical to drive. And not only are they economical, they are also fun. So now what we are doing is we are actually following the flow of traffic, and we are climbing up this long steep hill to the top of this pass over the mountain. We're going to turn left towards Ipoh, like how we normally do. And of course, in this traffic, fuel consumption will suffer a little bit. But even so, we've gone about 6 kilometers, and our fuel consumption is now 16 kilometers per liter. Hey, that's really great. Now just remember, if you get 20 kilometers per liter, that indicates you are doing 5.0 liters per 100. So 16.1 kilometers per liter is 5 point something liters per 100. My math is not that good, so if you want, you can do a quick calculation. Yeah. So what you do is 100 divided by 16.1. That will give you the number of liters per 100 kilometers. Yes. So we are now going slightly downhill, and we are going to enjoy a little bit of the downhill run, which actually contributes to good fuel consumption. But we have actually suffered a bit climbing that hill. It is now 14.7. So hopefully going downhill will help to recover a bit. But it seems to me that the monitor system takes a few seconds to register, and then it will change. Yeah. So we are now showing 14.7, and there's a van that wants to overtake me, but I'm going to move to the middle lane because he and I are going at about the same speed. So for this eco run, we are not going into free gear or neutral, we are not coasting. We are just driving it with a light throttle normally, and now our speed is about 90 kilometers per hour, and we want to actually follow the trend of the traffic, which is a little bit faster than 90. So we are now increasing the speed. The speed limit on this section is 110. So we are traveling at about 100 now. So if you can see the camera in the back looking at there, now that's at 100 kilometers per hour. So we are just going with the flow, and I'm going to move to the next lane to the right. So this is the second last lane. We will leave the last lane for those cars that are going a bit faster. Yeah, and we'll stick to this lane because on the left lane there are trucks. So the middle lane going at 100 kilometers per hour seems about right. Now the speed has dropped to about 90, and I would like to report that we are showing 17.6. Now just remember, yeah guys, this is all taken off the instrumentation that is supplied with the car. It comes with the car, so we would like to say that we did not do any calibration, and this is the results as presented by the instruments in the car, and that's as far as we will go. And of course, if you want to do a really scientific test, you need to do maybe a 1 liter test where you take a 1 liter can of fuel and you drive as far as you can on that 1 liter. But even then, it is not as accurate because you will take some time to start the car, you will take some time to move the car, and by the time you get the car into speed, you would have also used up maybe 100 to 200 ml of your fuel. And if you sort of like you can't start off at 110 kilometers per hour or 90. So if you start your meter now zeroing from 90 or 100 kilometers per hour, then you will get a different result because you are now starting off already on a higher speed, and at this speed you actually consume less fuel because your car is running more mechanically efficient, whereas a car that is starting from zero has to overcome inertia and friction and all those things. Yeah, so right now we're going at about 100 and we're following this proton that is going in front of us, and we are holding station. Yes, there's a whole line of cars, and so this is a typical average speed that people are driving on a highway nowadays, especially fresh out of town. And I think we have traveled for about 9 minutes. Yeah, 2:53. We started at 2:44. Yeah, that's 9 minutes, right? And I would like to report we have 18.1 kilometers per liter. Hey, that's quite good, you know. This is a 2-liter engine, and we've gone about 13 kilometers. So we have another 17 more kilometers to go, which will take us onto the highway to Kuala Selangor. Somewhere near the toll is where we normally end our 30-kilometer run. There's a toll inside there. So okay, we are slowing down because of the traffic, but that's the best we can do. I can't go at 110 when everybody's going at 90 or 80. Yeah, so we just have to go with the flow. Yeah. So driving the car at this speed is really nice. There is no sound whatsoever. Yeah, we get a little bit of tire noise, but it's unobtrusive, and I just checked the tires earlier. These are Bridgestone, so they are quite good in terms of grip and also in terms of ride comfort, and also the strength of the sidewall. Very important for SUVs. When you travel on the road, you need to have a good and strong sidewall so that the tire doesn't fold over or doesn't get cut easily. Yeah. Okay, so I'm mulling whether I should come out and overtake, but I can't because there are cars behind us. We are going at about 95 to 98 kilometers per hour, and we have done about 15 point something kilometers. I think I will come out and overtake this Proton Saga. We are now going at 110. Going above 110, and then we have also another Saga and another Wajah. So traffic is quite heavy at this time of day. Everybody is going to Ipoh, I think. Okay, it is 110, but there are cars coming behind. So what we're going to do is we're going to signal left, and we'll move in smartly because there is room for us, and there's another car that's coming not so fast, but he can overtake us if he wants. So we have slowed down a little bit to about 105 and following the traffic, and our average now is 17.8 kilometers per liter. Not bad considering that this is a 2 liter Sky Active engine. Yes, improved to 18.0, and we've gone for 18 kilometers, so we have another 12 more kilometers to go. to see how well this car does. Oh, there's a little bit of a drizzle. So, guys, if you want to know what the fuel consumption is like in the rain, well, this is your chance. Oh, it's getting quite heavy. Look at that. Look at the rain pouring down, man. Okay, so the good news is the CX-3 has got automatic wipers. Yes, and headlamps are automatic too. So not bad. Yeah, it also have cruise control, and it has the full ADAS system and LED lights and pedal shifters. So this is quite well appointed, and all for a little bit over 126,000 ringgit. Yeah. So this car is good for people like us who have nothing much to do, drive around, enjoy life. Or you could be a young couple, maybe with one kid, and you want a small car that is got a high viewpoint. You know, you can look around you, and like now the trend is SUV. Yeah, almost half the cars sold in the world are SUVs. So everybody is moving into SUV, and if you want an SUV that's not too heavy and has good fuel consumption, good resale value, nice driving, yeah, this is one of the things you can consider. Yes, yeah, do watch our Genting video, man. This car actually is pretty awesome. Okay, now we have got all-time high of 18.3 kilometers per liter, which is very good, and we are still holding a good average speed, and we are now onto the toll plaza for the Guthrie corridor. Okay, and here we go. Moving on. Then we're going to take the highway to Lumut, Kuala Selangor, and that is the Lata Highway. Yes, the Lata Highway. And we are moving over to take the slip road, and you can see a bit of rain that is coming on. Not so heavy. It was heavy for a few seconds, then it kind of like abated. Okay, so in the rain, your grip is not so good. So you are supposed to drive with care. Don't turn the steering angle too much and don't accelerate too much. Just take it easy and you'll be alright. So technically, with the first few seconds of rain, the road is still dry because the heat from the road will soak up all the moisture and you will still have grip on the road. But when it gets a bit more, then what's going to happen, there will be some oil that is from the cars, yeah, and the trucks that pass by. It will be on the surface, and then this water will wet the surface and the oil will come to the top of the surface, and that is when the road is very slippery. So in the first few minutes of rain, when the road starts to get a little bit wet, that is when it's most slippery, guys. In fact, when the rain is very heavy, it is less slippery because then the water has got a chance to wash away the oil and it floats to the side of the road. Okay, so in the early moments of the rain, when the road is slightly wet, that is when it is the most dangerous. So you got to be very careful. Okay, we are going at 100 kilometers per hour. Now, most fuel consumption tests are done at around 90 lah. But we try to give it a kind of like a real world situation and we drive it normally, yeah. And okay, so now we have actually dropped a bit. It is now 17.9 kilometers per liter. There's a motorcycle and there's a car behind, and we have to brake for this truck. and we come out to overtake. Yes. So we have 17.9 kilometers per liter, and we are still going strong. Okay, we have done 25 kilometers, so we will just wait a little bit to hit 30, and we'll see what type of fuel consumption we get, guys. Okay, so honestly speaking, fuel consumption test is one of the most boring things you can do, but because our viewers who are curious to know, they may want to buy this car, they want to know what's the fuel consumption they can get. Now, don't forget your trade-off is the power. You have a very powerful engine, you have a very nice driving car with a 6-speed automatic, and that gives you it's a sky active gearbox, and it gives you a lock-up clutch in every gear, so it feels very much like a manual, and you get pedal shifters. You also have a sport mode, and so it's a hot afternoon, and of course fuel consumption is a bit more because of the aircon, and we are now showing 18 kilometers per liter. Is 5 point something liters per 100. Yeah, do the math. 100 divided by 18 is 5 point something. Yeah. Okay, so oh sorry, we went up the hill, so we just reduced speed a little bit, and the speed limit is 110. We're going to increase the speed a bit and follow the flow of the traffic, and we have done about 27 point something kilometers, 28 kilometers, and we are showing 18 kilometers per liter, which is pretty good. Okay, now we are 2 kilometers away from the Mazda CX-3 Batu Arang exit, and that's where we will be ending the run, I think. Now there's a very fast truck coming behind us. And we come out to overtake this one. And we have about 1 point something kilometers to go. Yeah, we should finish off at the toll as usual. So it's showing about 29 kilometers. And we have dropped to 17.8. So our best result was 18.3. Now we have 17.8. Now the odometer is on this side of the car, you can't see it. The numbers are a bit small, so I put the camera onto the center screen that shows the fuel consumption. So if you want to check the distance, you can always go to Google Maps and do a run from Plaza Toll, from BHP station in Bandar Utama to this Khong Toll Plaza, and you will find that it is 30 kilometers. Yeah, so it's now 30 kilometers coming up, and I would like to declare that we have actually gone worse. It is 17.7. So let's see. That truck seems to have a bit of a problem, so we move to this side. Yeah, he is reversing. He missed the thing, and okay, so we're officially at this point. So next time onwards we will do this, and if you look at the screen in front of you guys, we have done 30 kilometers and it is 17.7 kilometers per liter. Right guys, so we use a little bit below 2 liters to travel here. Yeah, so it's a pretty good consumption figure, and so that ends our run for today. Thanks very much for being with us, and of course, if you're interested to buy this car, they have a 1.5 liter version, and they have this 2 liter version, and then there's a higher 2 liter version that costs a bit more. This one costs 126,000. All right, thanks for being with us, and if you want to buy the car, go to shop shop.yskhongdriving.com, and you can place your booking there directly with us. And if you need any information, give me a call at 016-335-0609. WhatsApp will be better because then I have a record of what you want to know. And so don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until we meet again in the next video. Bye bye.